G'day Stampers, Sonia Bernard here with Linked by Ink, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today is Technique Tuesday, and I thought I will try something that I haven't tried in a long time. It's an oldie but a goodie with a twist. We're going to make a twist triple time stamping card. That's what it's called. You ready? Here's the card. Twist triple time stamping. Isn't it cute? It's very I don't like the cold, and it's cold and I'm in South Carolina, so I wanted something fun and beachy and give me those summer vibes. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera down and I'm gonna show you how we did this. Okay, here we go. It's gonna take a minute so I catch up, so I can figure out where I am on my table. But I'll use the card, we'll get it over there somewhere. And where's my hand? Hang on, I got my coffee. Oh, there we go. It's about right there. So I've used 2 stamp sets today to get this. I tried with just one, and I wasn't liking the way that this seashell was stamping when I go across the layers here. And so I was like, well, let me pull out this one. So I got this seashell here from Season of Chick. These are both in the annual catalog. And the flower. And then I tried with this little splatter here. Didn't like it. So I went with a little seashell instead and added in some green because I felt this one was just too big. And this one's more under the sea. But just give it a go and try different stamp sets. You know, you can, it's a little tricky, okay? So what we've got, and I will put the measurements all in the description. So we've got, I've actually cut this card, but I'm going to use it anyway, the card base. It's a 8.5 by a 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 with a little bit of a cut in it. We'll just ignore that. We can use this as our display one. Okay, and then we also have a 4.5 by a 3 1/4, and this is in Balmy Blue, and a 3.5 by 2 1/4. That's our, and then we have a layer that's 3 7/8 by 1. Then we have our white layers, and we have our 5 1/4 by 4, our 4 1/4 by 3, our 3 1/4 by 2, and our 3.5 by 3/4. So lots of layers, and we're going to start with the white ones. Let's just put those to the side. These two here. Now, as you can see, we want to stamp them, but we don't want these papers moving around while we're trying to stamp. So this is where our wonderful Tombow multi-glue comes in. Multi. I don't know why I said multi. Okay, sounds like a Mai Tai. Okay, so this is a 2-way glue. 2 ways, meaning you can, if you just, oh no, I thought it was stuffed up. It might be a little stuffed up. Oh, that's not cool. Come out. Okay, well, here's a technique. If this happens to you while you're, maybe you left the cap off too long, or it just got a little stuffed up, give me 1 second. And I will show you. I've just got a safety pin, and just pop that in there. There's one I keep, and I have these little buckets, the old restaurant I used to go to, and I'll just attach it here so I always know where it is for when this happens. There we go. And then you watch, it will, when that happens, it's going to come out a little thicker. So we're just going to put a little glob on there. And then get a little scrap of paper. You know, I have my scrap. Oh, need coffee. More coffee. More coffee. Okay, just get a little scrap of paper and give that a little wipe like this to make it a little thinner. And then that one. And then set it aside about 20 minutes and let it dry. Don't stick it together. Don't stick it on anything, because then it's just like regular glue and you're not getting that apart again. So just put that to the side about 20 minutes and then it will end up like this. And I don't know if you can see, but let me see if I can get this up to the camera. Waiting for the camera to catch up. Oh, yeah, okay, so there we go. Angle it. You see that little splotch of glue? Well, now it is, watch this, stick, peel, stick, peels right up. It is now repositionable. So I can stick this down here. I can even press down on it. Don't make a liar out of me, because I want to put those edges down. Oh, look. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to lay this at whatever angle you want to put it at. If you want, you can also just do it straight, but then it won't be with a twist. So we are twisting, and you could go all the same, but I think that I like it like this. Oops. So try to get it about in the center, about the same as it is from the bottom. Give it a little rub. Get those edges. Now, when you're doing this, see if I've got some rough edges there. You really want to try to smooth those edges out, because we're going to be stamping right on top of that, and we don't want many gaps in our images. We want to try to get it as smooth as possible. Okay, I think it's time for me to change my blade out. Now with this, I am going to stand up, and if we make a boo-boo, we make a boo-boo. We're just going to keep going though. So I am putting this on a stamping mat. This is not one from Stampin' Up. It's one I got on Amazon. And we are going to use a Night of Navy. Someone's giving me a notification. I hope my sound's on. Oh, well, they wouldn't even know, because I'm recording this on my little secret channel. Okay, so our Night of Navy is going to be our flower, and the most important thing here is not to mix up your stamps. You don't want to be stamping in the wrong ink pad. We've got our Sahara Sand, and that's going to be our seashell. And then we've got Mint Macaroon. Some people call it macaron, and I just can't. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong, but I grew up saying it macaroon. So one day I'll go look it up and see what's the actual way you're supposed to pronounce it. And then I've got a Balmy Blue. And one thing you can do is put your stamp sets, your stamp pads facing you, so you can actually see which color is which. That's why we have this little strip on the side right here, so we know what's what. Okay, and then it's completely up to you how you want to position everything. So I started out with the seashell, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put my banner about there, so I'm going to put my seashell about here. Now press down hard, just straight down. I'm putting a lot of pressure, and I am letting the ink soak into the paper. Like you can see, it's lifting up here. That's how my little fingers are going red. Giving it a nice firm press. Wonderbar. That turned out perfect. Now let's see, hopefully the rest can turn out that good. So now we're going to get our Night of Navy, and you can just go anywhere, right? It's random patterns. If you want, you could stamp all your shells first, but I found it easier. And we're not going to rush this. We're going to take it slow and steady wins the race on this one, okay? Really let that ink soak into that paper. Look at that. It's just, that works. I think if you're gonna rush it, it's not gonna be what you want it to be. And we can just stick this one here, and it's totally random. Just putting it where I think it'll look good, trying not to put too much of a group. Like I don't want all the I don't want all seashells and all flowers. You want to try to spread it all out and change the direction of the stamps. I think that just gives it a little bit more detail. And see, this one is just, it's a filler. So it's not even going on the edges there. Now I think we'll go back to the flower, and I'm going to put a flower on this side as well. Really, because it's going over those edges, going to really press. I'm going to walk you through this whole card, so this is going to take a minute. This part's a little boring because I'm just stamping and pressing and holding for a second. But you'll see it actually start to come together. So if you're doing this with me, you can just be adding those layers in. Adding those layers in? That's not what I meant to say. I mean, filling that card in with your stamps. Sometimes my mouth keeps going, but my brain just stops. Anyone else have that issue? It's just life. Okay, now I'm really starting to see that I want another. See, I'm going to turn the seashell. I'm going to make him more. I don't know why that's a boy, but that's a him. Make him more that way. I didn't really turn the flower, did I? I guess I did a little bit. So again, really pressing, like it's almost hurting my fingers. But I did it where I wasn't pressing so much. I didn't have that foam. You want that where it's that give, and it just was not working as good. And again, like I said, this is something I did many years ago, and it was a lot of fun. And you can go so many different combinations and so many different colors, and you're going to get every time a unique and cute individual card that I think people are going to love. And you can go sideways too. It doesn't have to be up and down. Mix it up, make it different. We can do the bottom here, just starting to fill that in, and get some more of these cute little, just going to stamp that off. It's been sitting in the ink too much. Little shells here. So this is not like our technique last week that was a lot more sciencey. This is just a lot easier, but it's going to give a great wow factor. I really think people would be like, wait, how did you do that? Let's see if I can squeeze that one in there. If it overlaps a little bit, don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Just have fun. That is the main thing in stamping is, are you having fun? Are you relaxed? Are you enjoying what you are doing? The answer is no to any of that, then you're doing it wrong. It's supposed to be a fun, relaxing experience. And we're going to go this way with that one. Again, this is the one that's going over those layers, so really want to press that down. Do not rush. You're going to feel like, oh, it's taking forever, but don't rush it. Just take your time. I think we need a little bit of a flower just right there on the edge. See, it doesn't have to be a whole stamp. It can be just a smudge of a stamp. That's a word. I'm going to say it is. And then we'll keep looking at where else we want to fill in. I'm thinking, we'll just put another seashell here. Again, that's on that edge, so really press it down and let it soak in. I think I'll do another shell down here. These are kind of together, but it's okay. Each one is going to be unique, just like you. Excuse me. Oh, I woke up with just horrible allergies again. story of my life. And I think, you know what? Kind of put one at the angle there. I think we're almost done. I just need a little bit of green up in this corner here. I feel it's missing just a little bit. Actually, we'll put the end of it in there. Perfect. There we go. Digging it. Okay, so next step is easy. Oh, wait, we need to stamp our sentiment. Did I forget the sentiment? You know I did. You know I did. Okay. I used the happy birthday to my beautiful friend. So again, don't be afraid to mix up your stamp sets from different, you know, pull stamps from different sets and mix them up and see how they go. Now here's a trick on how to line this up so when you get it on your block it's nice and straight. This grid paper which we sell, it comes in this is a half. I've cut it in half to do the stamping. So just line up the stamp with the line here. Okay. Oop. I'm not standing over top of it, so I can't really see if it's straight or not. And then I'm lining up the stamp, the block with the line. So theoretically, should be nice and straight. So we'll get our little sentiment and we'll get our Night of Navy. And we'll try to center that as best we can. Now you can line your paper up against the line as well. So now you know your paper's straight, your block should be straight, hopefully your eyeballs are straight. Oh, wonderful. Love it when it comes together. Okay, let's close these up, because you know if you don't close up your ink pads, you're gonna throw something in it accidentally. So try to close them up as soon as you're finished stamping. It just prevents you, seriously, I've dropped finished cards into an open ink pad. That's not very good feeling at all. Okay, so now we have the Banners Pick-a-Punch in, oh, if you're interested in the item number, 153608, I wrote it on here. So all we're going to do now is this one I did this way with it sticking out, and I like it that way, so I'm going to do that one again. So you'll have grooves here, and it goes 1 inch, then this is a 3/4 inch, so that's that second one down, and then a 1/2 inch. So just put that in there. Might not be exactly perfect if you didn't cut it perfect. Just go all the way in till you can't go any further. Hopefully it's nice and straight. And then come out. And then turn it around. Stick it in again. Sometimes it might be a little finicky, but just gently go in. There we go. And then we want to do the same with our other piece. Now I've pre-measured them, so this should turn out pretty close to being centered. I may have cut that just a tiny bit big, and when that happens, you see what's happening here? It's just so, it's just like a smidge off. Give me a second. So what I'm going to do is get my paper trimmer real quick and just try to just take the slightest little piece off of there, while hopefully keeping it straight. I don't know if that works, or that might not have been enough. There we go. So it just needed a tiny little bit. It's making a liar out of me. Get in there. Okay. It's usually not this finicky. There we go. But that's what happens if it does get finicky. Just trim a little piece off. And it's actually going down and under. Let me show you that. I don't know if you can see. See, it's kind of straight there, but then it does dip down in here to go into the punched area. Not sure if you can see that or not, but then you just get the little pieces out in the end. Just kind of force it in. There we go. It's just really a guide. Voila. That was probably the hardest part of the whole card. Then we're going to glue and layer. And this one, we'll layer this one. But we will put, you know, we're going to put some dimensionals on this card. And now we're just putting the bits together. But you don't want to skip yet. I hope you haven't tuned out yet, because if you just think, okay, I'll throw my first layer down. Now, see? Peels off. Now it's a little sticky, but look at that. So it's not tearing anything. Just do it gently. Peel it off. Perfect. So if you think, oh, I'll pop this down and then I'm just going to throw this down. No. I'm going to put this one first. And we'll get that layer in here. Oh, it's so gloomy today. I don't like it. We have a cold snap coming for Christmas. I moved to the south so it would be warmer. And it's going to be in the single digits. Little bit ridiculous. That's the wind chill factor. Not a fan. Okay, then we're going to layer this on here. Now, doesn't that look weird? It does not look like a card that's just going to come together and look cute. It looks like someone made a big boo-boo. But and you might think, well, why can't I just stamp it on each section? Because then you're not going to have everything line up. And that's the whole point, is the image is supposed to go over more than one surface. So we can just put glue back on top of that one. And there we go. Then, see, we're not going the right way. So now we can line up those images. You see, you want to make sure that they're all kind of just coordinating with each other. We're gluing it crooked, but we don't want it to be crooked. We want our images to line up. It's another reason I use this Tombow, is because it gives you that little wiggle so you can get it in there. And you are going to go over that edge a little bit because you have this extra layer here. But see how this is lining up right here? My shell's lining up, my seaweed. There we go. Wonderful. And this one is a little more to the top than the bottom, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to get more precise about it, you can, but I'm definitely not going to worry about that. And then this last one, and again, we're lining it up all the way around, making sure it looks good. Whoops, I was very off with that one. There we go. I want to make it a little more this way. So it's not going, I don't want it going over that layer here. Very close. We can put it very close. There we go. I got a little bit of glue there. We'll get rid of that later. If you got one of those little glue, mine's, oh, here it is. Excuse me. Little adhesive removers. Now, Stampin' Up! Does not sell these, unfortunately, but you can find them on Amazon. Super cheap. There we go. Adhesive eraser. And then we just need dimensionals. And we're almost done. And we've got a fun, happy, summery in the middle of winter because the cold is awful. For me, everyone's got a personal preference. Mine is I'd rather sunshine and heat any day. I don't like knowing that you can walk outside and die because it's so cold. You can't walk outside and die because of the heat unless you're doing like excessive exercise or something and not taking cooling off periods under a tree. So I'm not drinking water. So anyway, I digress. I really don't like winter. And then I used these fine sparkle adhesive back gems. I think they are clearance. Excuse me, but I'm using them up because I have them. So just use any kind of gem that you have that looks good or that you like. You like the look of it. If you like the look of it, use it. Don't let them sit there. Use them up. So when I'm not doing a class, you often see I'll put 5 on a card. When I'm doing a class, I'll put 3, and that's to save money. Actually, I don't want that one there. Because it can get expensive, you know, when you have 20 people. I can't, oh, this is just bothering me. Okay, there. Okay. I don't know why, but sometimes it's just like, you put it down, you're like, no, I do not like the placement of that. So just move it till you do. And there we have it. This is called, say this 10 times fast, twist, triple time stamping. Twist, triple time stamping. No, I can't even say it past once. Okay, guys, if this is your first time watching me, thanks for tuning in. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I feel very loved and very thankful for you all. I hope that you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my designs and that you keep coming back. Tuesdays at 2, it's Technique Tuesday. Thursdays at 3, I do a mini class. And I may start throwing in some more just random videos. I'm doing a learning to stamp. There's no set date for that. I just upload them into YouTube. I've only done 2 right now. And I might start doing some 3D item tutorials. I've got a couple up there on my YouTube channel already, but check it out. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's at Stamps Ink Paper, and you'll see that's linked by ink. I'm also on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Not that I ever get on there. I just post on there. I'm on Pinterest. I think I have a TikTok, but I really need to figure out how to use it. Okay, well, I'll see you Thursday. I was going to say if I don't see you before Christmas, but I will be back Thursday, 3 p.m. on Facebook, my live, and then it'll get uploaded into YouTube as soon as I'm done. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.